Hi, my name's Haley.
And my name's Sean.
Welcome back to our podcast, Jams and Soundbites.
It's a podcast where we talk about music, even though we know nothing about music.
If you haven't listened to our first 3 episodes, you should go do that right now because
they're out on like a billion different places, and we have our social medias where we post about it. So there's no reason to not even be trying to listen to us.
Exactly. We are basically on everything that you could possibly want. Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
We need a SoundCloud.
Amazon. SoundCloud? Can you actually put that on SoundCloud? I don't know.
Probably. Everybody posts random stuff on SoundCloud.
Yeah, but we've got our YouTube also, and you need to subscribe.
Yeah.
Everything's Jams and Soundbites with Z's. So you'll find it if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
You don't even have to try that hard.
You're so right, because as soon as you put a Z at the end of Soundbites, if it's not there, it'll yell at you. Like Apple Music, when I tried looking, it was like, this does not exist.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the?
You have to be specific, but, like, you know, it's easy. This week's albums are Golden by Jungkook, Another Life by Big Time Rush, and Map of the Soul 7 by BTS.
Yeah, we're in our boy band era this time.
Yeah, we got 2 BTS related items, and then BTR.
I know, it just somehow really worked out that Jungkook came out with his album right when we were about to do these albums.
We had these albums planned out before Jungkook came out with his album.
I know, that's so crazy. He knew. He was like, I
know.
want to be on Jams and Soundbites, guys.
Yeah, he knew.
He's our next biggest fan.
Obviously.
I think
him and Charlie.
Yeah, they're the secret listeners.
Yeah. They're the ones that are subscribing.
Our 5 stars on Spotify. It's actually them, not our friends.
Yeah. Anyway, Golden by Jungkook is first.
So, Jungkook is from South Korea, obviously. I did not look up where he's originally from. I think he's from Busan, but nobody cares. He started singing in 2013 with BTS. And yeah, that is Jungkook.
That is Jungkook. What was your favorite song?
My favorite was Somebody.
Wow.
And my least favorite was Too Sad to Dance.
Okay. My favorite was Yes or No. And my least favorite was Too Sad to Dance also. So
nice.
We can agree.
I was super surprised that this whole album was in English. Because the last time I was like really into BTS, I mean, it wasn't. The last time I would stay up to date with them wasn't that long ago. I mean, it was probably before they started doing, like, their service stuff. But last I knew, he didn't know that much English.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking,
So I was like,
too.
what?
That's why I was surprised. Because I only thought, like, RM was the one that, like, knew
yeah, they were all
English,
learning after they started getting super popular in the Western world. But, like,
yeah. I mean,
I
good
didn't
for him,
expect him to just pop out a whole English album.
Yeah, it was surprising. That's why I asked you. I was like, what?
But I'm pretty sure he's trying to open up his popularity in the Western world by himself since he was so popular in BTS for so long. So
yeah. I mean, it makes sense. He's, like, collaborating with other artists over in, like, the Western area.
And he started with that, the song he released for what? The FIFA World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
He came out with Dreamers.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that was, like, the start of his, like, solo stuff when BTS started taking their breaks to do everything. Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
Nice. So the first song, 3D, featuring Jack Harlow.
Or Not Young Gravy.
I liked the vibe of it. It was pretty good. And honestly, I was expecting Jack Harlow to kind of ruin it, which it's debatable if it was good or not. But I don't think it sounded too bad.
I don't think it was terrible, but I listened to the version without him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Personally, I don't... Jack Harlow trying to be sexual is too weird. It's something about it that's too creepy to me.
He just looks weird.
Yeah, it's his looks and just what he sounds like, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even remember what it's called right now. But there's my god. There's that one song that I used to listen to. It came out. It's on the same album as First Class, but it was a good song. I don't know why I can't think of the name right now, but maybe I'll think of it later.
Yeah.
Some of his, only that song's good, in my opinion.
I don't listen to the radio enough to really know his other music. I just know that I don't like him.
Yeah.
Because I always mix him up with Young Gravy, but they're basically the same.
Blends,
so I
everything
mean,
blends in my opinion, with his music.
But with 3D, I liked it's overall a catchy song, and I like the echoing that he does.
It's pretty good. Closer to You, featuring Major Lazer.
It's not my favorite on the album, but I like the
Same.
faster rhythms, and I think Major Lazer was a good feature.
Like I was saying to you earlier, I was like shocked that there was a Major Lazer and what was the other one? DJ Snake feature on it. Because the last time I heard those names was when Justin Bieber did songs with both of them. So it was like interesting, but I don't think it really made them worse or better. It just, since they're both DJs, it was like just the background music that was.
I forgot to mention when I was naming off all the stuff about him, but he is heavily inspired, at least from what I last knew. He was heavily inspired by like Charlie Puth, Troye Sivan, and Justin Bieber.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Because I
Jungkook?
mean, yeah.
Well, that makes sense. I was thinking, as I
Which
was
you can
listening,
hear that throughout a lot of his songs.
I can hear
their
Charlie.
style of music, but at least back in like 2014, 2015, those years, he would cover a lot of those artists and always talk about them.
What is the one? I know, didn't he cover To You?
He covered To You, he covered Fools, and he covered We Don't Talk Anymore.
Oh, yeah, so all three of them.
Yeah, and then BTS did the performance with Charlie Puth.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
What performance was that?
It was like 2019, I think, but they performed with Charlie. Charlie went he was too much.
He was too much.
But they performed together.
That's funny. But, so I did just remember, or I looked it up, the one song that I liked was Nail Tech.
Oh, I don't know it.
I probably played it in the car with you.
You probably
but,
did.
You know, it's not memorable, obviously. It's good, but, you know.
7.
Yeah, 7.
It's another catchy song, but I don't like Lotto's feature.
I don't either.
I think all the features on this album were like good ideas, but a lot of them didn't play out well. Basically just Lotto and Jack Harlow, which I again typed Young Gravy in my stuff about this, but oh well.
That's funny. There's this, it's equivalent, and we know at this point. So if you ever say his name again,
yeah.
No. I also did not like the Lotto version. I want to listen to the. Or maybe I have when it was on the radio, when they do the non-Lotto stuff.
Yeah.
But, it's good. It's a good song.
His high notes were good. Yeah. They're typically pretty good in his music. He's really good at transitioning without noticing, like, any cracks or something, like a lot of artists.
He has a good voice. Standing Next to You. Is this just another song where he is talking about days of the week?
Yeah.
Basically. I didn't have anything else really to say about it. I mean, it was pretty good, but...
This is the main song on the album, and I like the bass and the, like, heavy beats.
The main song on the album?
Yeah, the main song, like...
Like the single that came off of it?
No. I mean, you obviously know that 3D and 7 were singles. But, like, it's the
one that stood out after the singles.
Yeah. It was the one he made, like, a music video for, and he made it the, like, star of the show.
Yeah. So, like, what was the last week? Oh, my God. The Olivia Rodrigo one from last week that I cannot think of for some reason. Oh, my God. Get Him Back. Get Him Back. This is the Get Him Back of this album. Okay.
This is the song where I realized, or not necessarily realized, but pointed out how impressive it is that he can do the high notes so well.
It is.
This song reminded me of a Weeknd song, too. I don't know if you noticed that, but...
A lot of these songs are reminding me of a specific genre, but like different artists in the genre.
Yeah.
And each song's kind of different. So yes, The Weeknd.
Yeah, I
Does
noticed that it was very
come
Weeknd
across.
like.
Yeah. Because I was also noticing, like I said, the Charlie and, all that stuff, so.
Yes or no?
Yes or no? This one was my favorite. I just like the vibe, honestly, and it, like, this is where I was saying, like, it fits a specific genre, and it's, like, something that I would listen to. And I
Yeah.
wasn't kind of expecting it from Jungkook because I wasn't, like, that big of a fan of BTS's music. I mean, I obviously listened to it, but, like, I don't know, it's standing out more and fitting my taste
Yeah.
more than I thought
Well,
it
like
would.
I said, he's doing more of the Western pop genre, not
Mhm.
necessarily K-pop. So it's more of that repetitive back and forth style.
Yeah, it just
Um,
fits music tastes over here more,
Yeah.
I guess.
I can talk about that more when we switch from Big Time Rush to BTS, because
Okay.
when I listened to them and heard them back and forth, I realized how different the music styles
Oh.
and repetitions are.
Okay.
Um,
Please
Yeah.
don't change.
no, I didn't do
Oh,
yes or
I'm
no yet,
sorry.
Haley.
Sorry.
For this one, I liked the line "Something about you. Do you feel the way I do?" Not the like lyrics, but the way he conveyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, unrelated, I had to look up if his lip and eyebrow piercing were real because I thought they were fake.
Are they actually real?
I looked it up and it said they were.
Mm.
But I'm so used to BTS and K-pop groups putting on fake piercings and stuff to fit like an
Mhm.
aesthetic, and I was like,
But it's actually
apparently they aren't fake.
real. Oh.
And then I just pointed out that Jungkook's like one of the few male artists that actually conveys emotions when he's singing.
Mm-hmm. Just through his voice.
Yeah, I brought that up when we listened to Charlie, because in Left and Right you can see that difference from Charlie and Jungkook.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're on to Please Don't Change.
Okay. I really didn't have much to say about it. It just kind of blended in with everything. I mean, it could be because I wasn't fully paying attention during this song. I was talking, but it didn't really stand out that much. I feel like there were other ones where I was talking over it, and it just I was listening to those also, but this one just like lost my attention.
Yeah, it's okay. I said I like the lyrics, and the song slightly reminds me of like Afrobeat music, but
Mhm.
there was nothing else that really stood out. I don't listen to it in my spare time.
Yeah. Hate You. It's the slow song that the album deserved, honestly.
Yeah.
And the lyrics are simple, but somehow they just still are kind of like, they're simple, but they're deep in a way, and I like them, so.
Jungkook did not fall victim to the raspy whisper sad music. I think the song was too short for how good it was, and then something in me
true.
really wanted like a loud violin cello part. I feel like the chorus needed that, or towards the end.
That would fit, I think, really
I feel like
well.
it would have gone really well, but
Yeah,
we didn't get that, so I have to just cry about it.
it's probably fine. He should take these
Usually-
hints and do it.
A lot of K-pop artists will make separate, not albums, like EPs with just remixes of
Different versions
a
of
song.
it.
So,
That's pretty cool.
but usually they just do it for the singles, which he did for 3D and 7 already. So.
Because they were the
Yeah.
non. Okay.
So he probably won't do it for this.
That's sad.
Somebody. Oh my
Wow,
gosh, we're
James.
twins.
I do not like how his voice sounds at the beginning of this song.
I didn't realize that was him. I thought
Is
it
it
was.
him?
It is him.
Okay.
I thought it was a feature when I first ever listened to it.
Yeah.
But I honestly like that beginning.
I don't hate the song, but it just kind of like sounds like everything else on the album.
I don't know. I think it was different.
Really?
The only thing that really was similar was when he reused the pitch and the rhythm from 7.
Okay. I was gonna say, yeah, it's the part
Yeah.
of the melody starts to sound like 7.
It's not. I think it's meant to be that. I think it's kind of meant to be like the anti version of 7. Because what 7's about, like being together every single day and doing things, and this one's like, I don't want to be with you.
Yeah.
But when he says, when you go out in the night, you're under the lights, he uses the same exact pitch and rhythm as he does in 7 when...
Yeah.
I don't remember what he says there. Something with a bad word.
Yeah.
So, but I had a fight with that. About that with somebody.
You did.
I was like, this is the same thing. And they were like, no, it's not.
It basically is.
And I kept playing it back and forth, and I was like, that's the same exact pitch and rhythm.
Yeah,
so
I noticed it even, and
yeah.
I don't have any music knowledge,
so... Yeah.
Too sad to dance.
Too stagnant.
Yeah, it's just there.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
It's like almost a sad song, but the lyrics were just
Yeah. Shot glass of tears.
I was expecting it to sound different than it does. Like, more sad. I mean, it has that, like, slow ness to it, but it still has that, like, expectation, kind of. It's, I don't know. It's good. Also didn't stand out that much.
Yeah, it wasn't a good ending to the album.
It did kind of lose me at the end.
Yeah.
So.
After I heard him say Life of the Party, I could only think of Shawn Mendes. And then the whole thing sounded like a Shawn Mendes song, actually.
Honestly.
After I heard that, and I was like, oh my gosh.
You're right. Maybe he was influenced by Shawn Mendes also.
He probably was. I wouldn't be surprised. But, okay, that was Jungkook's album.
That was. Now we're on to Another Life by Big Time Rush. And I'm not prepared to hear your opinions on this because I am such a lover of this album. And, like, when they came out with this, I don't know when this album came out. I didn't look that up.
Oh, I didn't say that for Jungkook's, did I?
No, we can look it up, though.
It's okay. It came out, like, sometime this past...
I think, well,
we
know this one came out this year.
We know these 2 albums came out this year, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, Another Life came out early, probably around May, June time. But I really loved this album when it came out, and I was really excited because Big Time Rush had been coming out with new music again. And this was their big album. They'd come up with some singles before it, but so they started making music in 2009 when their show came out, which, big fan. I was a big fan too. I bought the first season of this show on Apple.
Oh, no, I had it on disc.
Oh, no, I bought it on Apple before Paramount Plus was a thing. So, big fan. Anyway, they are 4 dogs from Minnesota, consisting of Kendall, James, Carlos, and Logan. And I did not feel like looking up where exactly each of them are from, so that's why I just said that.
That's fine.
But they're signed with Rock Records. Obviously. You guys know that
under
already.
Gustavo.
They're so famous. You know that.
So my main thing is not that I don't like Big Time Rush. It's just that Carlos is kind of Dookie Man, and James recently did all that stuff posting about Israel and then ignoring all the other things. So I'm just annoyed with him.
You're just annoyed with Big Time Rush in general?
Yeah. I don't think there's anything about Kendall or Logan that I know of. So
other than the fact that Kendall shaved his head.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of offensive.
I don't care about that. But
I do.
Carlos and James are on my bad side.
Mm.
So
it's okay.
What were your favorites and least
favorites? My favorites? I have a lot of them. But if I had to pick one right now, it'd be Forget You Now. And, Weekends is a close second. And my least favorite is either Your Way or Party All the Time. Also, I have to note that the deluxe version of this album came out, I think, on the 10th of November, which it was just the last 4 songs, and then Weekend's acoustic that came out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What were your favorites?
My favorite was Weekends, and my least favorite was Another Life.
Okay, that's fair. The title song.
Yeah.
Can't Get Enough.
This automatically gave me flashbacks to listening to the Jonas Brothers album, but I like the bass line.
Why did that give you?
It just did. I think it's just that.
It's just a boy band.
Yeah,
thing.
the boy band.
Okay, they don't sound in any way similar.
They don't sound similar, but that start off just gave me the same vibes.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what the first song on that album was right now, but, you know, I feel like I get that. It gives me, like, Celebrate.
Yeah.
Celebrate tonight. And then, I can't get enough. Yeah, I get it. But I like the guitar that it has in it after the intro part. And I really liked Carlos's verse. So.
Yeah.
And it's always, like, the second verse in this album that really just...
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's so good. Waves.
I do not like the beginning, and then this reminded me of Why Don't We? But I overall like the beat, and I think it's a groovy song that I would probably listen to.
Mm-hmm.
The ending was my favorite part with all the layering.
Mm-hmm. I used to also not like the intro, but now I just like,
I can't get with it.
I think it's fine now. And it's pretty short, so it's like the rest of the song overpowers the badness of the intro.
Yeah, I guess it kind of compares to what you said about Somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of that like off-putting intro compared to the rest of the song.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then I liked the second verse again.
Yeah.
I just want to party all the time.
The lyrics were cringe, but they executed it well with the pitches and the rhythm, and I don't like James' voice. But like I said before, I don't like James, so it doesn't matter.
Wow. So I don't know if you know this, but this song is basically a complete sample of a song that Eddie Murphy did in like the 90s. It's the same name, and it's basically the same lyrics. I think it's Party All the Time.
Oh.
And it's like the same thing basically, but they just changed the verses a little bit.
I feel like I noticed something like that and just looked over it.
And then I thought it was probably like the least exciting song on the album. It's not really that interesting.
Yeah. Weekends.
I like the beat a lot, and I have to note that they made the music video for this song while they were in Detroit, which is the show that I went to. So like they made it on stage before the show.
Wow.
It's so awesome, I know. So special. And then they hung out in Detroit like the day after, and I was not there.
Out of all places, though.
I know.
That's
it's
so
really
random.
Like, Detroit, huh?
Logan's verses were my favorite in the
Mm-hmm.
song, and I think the chorus was super catchy.
Mm-hmm. Work for it.
Back to Why Don't We? I think
Stop.
every boy band tries to make a song that sounds like this. I think it's the staple boy band sound now.
Yeah.
You can't lie.
I guess.
Every boy band has a song that has like this like similar beat, the same pitches. I had to fight through it.
I guess. But I guess maybe that's why I like it so much.
Yeah, I figured. As soon as it started playing, I was like, I bet you like this song because every other group makes a song just like this one.
Yeah. Again, I thought the second verse was pretty banging. And, honestly, I don't know. Because I can agree that it's, like, the staple boy band song, but it's not.
It's not a bad type of song. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone who makes a song like this ends up playing it out well because
Mm-hmm.
it's so, like, written down. You can just copy what other people have done. So it always
Mm-hmm.
turns out good. It's just I'm tired of hearing the same exact thing.
Yeah, I mean, with the rest of the songs in the album, it's not, like, it doesn't kind of fit in as much as the rest of them. Like, I mean, I don't know if that makes sense. It does, but it
support that.
doesn't. Okay. Forget You Now has the gospel choir sound at the beginning.
I said the same thing, the
Whoa,
same wording.
It's probably, seriously, it's probably because of James's gospel singing back.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he did that?
Yeah.
That's so funny. And I watched them make, they made a video of them making this song, and I thought it was pretty cool. because there was like them doing all the layering and the harmonies at the end. That sounded interesting.
Well, I said I like the beginning and when they bring back the gospel choir. It's another catchy song, but not a personal fave. And then they kept doing the melody. What did they say? They said, I think they said melody, right?
You play, yeah.
I kept thinking they were gonna.
Like
my brain wanted them to say
melody.
monkey.
Yeah.
So
Monkey?
yeah, every time they said it, I was like monkey, my monkey. I was like, yeah.
My monkey.
So
Interesting.
that's how I felt.
Brand new.
Feels like JCPenney music, but I like the bridge.
Brand new. Yeah, the bridge is pretty good in this song, and I think this is like the least listened to one for me, but it's like it's not because it's a bad song.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's just it's my least listened to. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Ask You Tonight.
Another staple boy band song, in my opinion, but
It's
another
like-
one with a good bridge.
It's like I Swear.
Yeah,
Basically the modern version of I Swear.
it is.
And I keep forgetting that Kendall's engaged. When I listen to the song, I have to remember that.
You're so right.
He got engaged at Madison Square Garden. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Superstitious.
This one's really good, and I realized that Big Time Rush just has good bridges in
They
most of their
do.
songs.
The second half of their songs are probably the best part.
It is that they are.
Taking after Tay-Tay with their bridges. I just thought it was a really good song. I like it.
Yeah.
Reminds me of like Genie in a Bottle, but it's not at all. It's just that
Is it just because
vibe.
they say, what, do they say genie? Or is it because they just talk about that type of stuff?
I don't know. It could be. It probably is.
It probably is.
It probably is, you know.
Another Life.
I like the harmonies. And it's slow, but, you know, it's also one of my least listened to songs. Why do you hate it so much?
I just think that they named it after the title of the album, or they're the same name, and they made that song like the weakest song on the album.
It
I feel
was
like they could have
pretty
made it
weak.
so much stronger since it's supposed, in my opinion, I'm assuming it's like the main song or title song.
It was
Yeah.
the last one on the album before the deluxe version, so I feel like it was supposed to be like,
I feel like it should be stronger.
yeah, it should have been a stronger end.
But either way, even if it wasn't that title, I didn't like it anyways, so.
Shot in the Dark.
Good bass. Too bland of a vocal part.
So, you know how they re-released, or they actually came out with and put on Spotify and streaming services Paralyzed from the show?
Yeah.
This was apparently another song that was in the show.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and they just never released it until now. And I was like thinking it sounded familiar, and then I had to look it up on Twitter, and people were like, "Yay, they finally released Shot in the Dark." Whatever, you know.
Well,
It's good.
Lame. Learn to Love was also bland.
I thought it had a nice build up to the chorus. Like, it kind of started off, but then it was like the chorus was pretty good. And it reminds me of new NSYNC music.
You're right. I was thinking about that throughout the whole album. A lot of times I would
Like,
get
not
that idea.
not the new stuff, like the song that they just came out with, but
just like their
latest of their old music.
yeah. I had the same idea.
Dream World.
I could only imagine Dream singing it because of the title. In a bad way, I expected the chorus to be different based off the beginning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think that the chorus could have been way better than what it was.
Yeah, I
'Cause
guess.
Did Logan start it?
I do not remember.
I can't remember.
I don't remember. I don't play it.
Whoever started it started off really well, and then the chorus was like really lame compared to that
Logan's
start.
verses are usually pretty strong.
Yeah, that's what I
Anything
pointed
that Logan
out.
has are like, yeah, pretty strong. And I think that this is probably one of my favorites from the deluxe version. Like, of the deluxe songs, this is my favorite one. And the chorus, I thought you said it was but I thought it was pretty good.
I mean, it was good. I just don't like it compared to how it started.
Understandable.
Your way.
I said the beat and the vibe are pretty good, but I don't like that they repeat the title so much towards the end. They're like, your way, your way. I don't know how it goes right now, but I just know they repeat it a lot.
I like Logan's verses, 10 out of 10 for him, but if you don't count the acoustic version of Weekends, I feel like this was a lame ending to the album.
Okay, understandable. I feel like the acoustic Weekends is also kind of just...
I guess.
Boring.
I like the song, so I think it's fun, but it's just like... The ending, they could have picked or made a better end. Okay.
Now we're on to Map of the Soul 7 by BTS. Can we mutually agree to go fast through this? Because we're already at 30 minutes.
Wow.
We can talk about certain songs, but like there's 20 songs on this album.
I feel like we have to talk about all of them, Haley.
We do have to talk about all of them, but just we don't need to spend 2 minutes on each song.
So BTS started performing in 2013 with the members RMV, Jin, Jimin, Suga, J-Hope, and Jungkook, and they're from South Korea. This album came out in
2020.
2020, did it?
I think so.
Either 2019 or 2020.
It's 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your favorite song?
My favorite song is Friends, and my least favorite song is On.
Okay, understandable. My favorite is Louder Than Bombs. Wow. And my least favorites are Respect and Hug.
Why would you do that, Haley? I can't believe you just said that to me. I'm so disappointed. Anyways, Persona.
Okay. I thought it was different than I expected the album to start. It was always changing throughout the song, I think. Like there was different aspects to it that made it just keep flowing.
Yeah. You wouldn't know this, but I like the BTS era where a different member would make the intro. They would do like
I remember that.
Do you? It was like a solo for every single intro to the album. I like the electric guitar part, and I like that there's a long build up to like the persona, who the hell am I stuff.
True.
Instead of doing the what I heard with Big Time Rush, where it's the here's this, then you hear the chorus, then you go back to this, then you end the song with like a bridge and all that stuff.
I'm usually not like a huge fan of albums where they have intros, interludes, and outros. Another example I can think of is Icarus Falls by Zayn.
Oh, yeah.
But
it just depends on who's doing it and like the type of music you're getting it from.
I guess.
Like, yeah.
Boy With Love.
I feel like a lot of people should know this song by now, and I think it's good and catchy, which a lot of people who liked BTS at the time thought this song was kind of lame.
Oh, really? I can see
which
that.
I was surprised, but I guess K-pop people are kind of crazy, so whatever. I think Halsey was a good addition, even though her parts were slim. I think even though they kind of dimmed her out, it was still a nice part to the song.
This was a song that I used to listen to a lot. I think, when was this? Oh, 2020. Yeah,
I think this one...
2019. This was definitely 2019.
Early 2019.
Yeah.
But the album came out
2020. Yeah. It was a really good song. Oh, that's so sad. Go on tour. Yeah, that's terribly sad. But this is only like one of the only Halsey songs that I can stand.
There's a few that I can make it through. But yeah.
And like she doesn't sound bad on the song, but I wish there was a non-Halsey version. Unless there is, and I just don't know.
There isn't. This is the only version that I know of.
Okay.
Make It Right. I like this version over Lov's version. which Love's
Oh.
version makes me go insane.
I didn't know there was a Love.
They used to play it on the radio quite a bit, I think.
Hmm.
But yeah, there is a Love version.
Maybe that was an era I just didn't listen to the radio because I never heard it.
Maybe.
But also I did think that the background music sounded familiar. So maybe I have, and I just like wasn't realizing it was BTS.
Probably.
Or Love.
It's
Were they
it's a
featured?
feature.
Okay.
With
Yeah.
Love. Jamais vu.
I thought it was basically same thing as above. It sounded familiar, sort of, but it also is pretty like chill, laid back song. It's just more my vibe than like most other BTS things. Yeah.
That's fair. I don't think you know. Do you know the difference in their vocals? Or
No,
who's doing stuff when?
I can't. Sometimes I'm like, does this sound like RM? Because I
Well-
used to be obsessed with Namjoon. But,
Because in a lot of my things, I pointed out certain people singing, but I
Yeah,
guess if you
I
don't know, because
do
I like
not know.
J-Hope or Hoseok's version or verses.
oh,
but
yeah, I cannot
He's
tell.
a rapper. He's one of the rappers,
Okay.
so. Dionysus. Or however you
Sus.
say it. Dionysus.
No. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I just wanted to say sus.
I don't think that's how you say it.
I just wanted to
but,
say it. I liked the grunginess at the beginning.
I think this is a banger song.
It was pretty good.
Again, I like J-Hope's part. He's the one who does like the munching type sound.
Oh, okay. I think I
like that
remember
part.
that. Yeah.
And I like that the song is more of like a group effort than a bunch of separate verses besides
Yeah.
like the rappers doing their thing.
That's pretty
And then at the end when Namjoon says, "You ready for this? Are you ready to get hyped up?" I think that's awesome.
That is great. I love that. Shadow, the interlude. It's kind of long to be an interlude in my opinion. I feel like interludes are supposed to be like
They typically make
Sure.
theirs kind of long.
you know, like interludes are supposed to be kind of transitions.
Yeah,
But it feels like a really long transition.
it is. But I liked it. I liked the mellow rapping, which is typically what he does. And
yeah.
the bass drum part is awesome.
Yeah.
And then I liked the ending. I think that was good.
Yeah.
Black Swan.
It just felt this is word for word what I said. It just felt rappy, but not rappy enough to be good rappy.
Yep. Good beat. I like the Yoongi and Namjoon intro, or Suga and RM. And I feel like this song had the potential to go harder, but it didn't. And I mean, it's still good. So
I agree.
It's fine.
That's
This was
why-
one of the main songs. I think it was a single before it actually came out.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. I was like, it's rappy, but not good enough to be rappy.
Yeah. Filter.
Filter, the guitar is a nice change in it. I think it was probably, I don't remember if it was like acoustic or not, but
It was.
it was. Okay.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was just different from like what we were already listening to at the beginning of the album. And it felt kind of Latin. Oh yeah, because yeah, it was feeling kind of Latin to me.
It did. This was Jimin's solo song, and I think it's super good. He has a unique voice.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Yeah. All the vocalists had a solo on this one because
really?
the rappers had solos on the last album, I
Okay.
think.
That makes sense.
The only issue is that with the solos, I feel like they all kind of feed into the Western pop style repetition. Yeah.
My time.
Which My Time is Jungkook's solo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's refreshing to hear him sing in all Korean after we just heard a whole album and all these singles where he was singing like in English with the main Western artists.
Yeah. I liked it, and I was gonna say it makes sense, like, that I liked how the voice sounded with it, because I did like Jungkook's voice the
Yeah.
most. So now that I know that it's just him singing,
Yeah.
yeah, makes a lot more sense.
He's a super good singer, but he's literally been singing for like a billion years in K-pop. I think he started at like 10 years old or something. He was in BTS when he was like 15, so I don't even know.
Gotcha.
Louder Than Bombs.
Louder Than Bombs. I've listened to it before, and I just really think it's nice. Like, their voices and it, or who's is this everyone?
This is everyone again.
Okay. But yeah, it's really good. I feel like I didn't like this song that much at first, but when I was listening to it with you when it came out, but you know.
It's an interesting song compared to everything else. It kind of feeds into the Dionysus UGG type thing. In a way, it reminded me of like Arabic music, but I think that was mostly because of the chorus with all of the higher pitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On.
This was another main song that I think was also a single. I don't know. They had the Sia version, which is balls. I don't like Sia.
I hate Sia.
Yeah.
That's why I wrote, I was like, I refuse to listen to the Sia version. I will not touch it.
I don't.
I won't touch it.
I don't even think I listened to it when it came out. This is a song that everyone used to like when it came out, I swear to God. But it's not bad, it's just like everyone's over exaggerating. I feel like it's so bland.
Yeah, I think if your title is going to be in all caps, then you should make it more in your face than it is. And it's not. I was expecting it to be like in my face, but you know.
UGG.
I have to say it was 2 in my face.
Girl, don't say that. I think
I said it, so.
The rappers were super good with this song. And it's super fun. I said you're forced to like it, so
I'm forced to like it?
You just have to like it.
No.
Yeah, I typed, I think this is so fun and you're forced to like it. I don't care. The beat and the rapping is so good.
No.
This is way better than any cypher that they've ever done, because they used to put a cypher in like every single album. And then they stopped and then they came back with this. So you're just missing out, because I think the rapping styles and all blend together really well.
That's too bad, because I still hate it.
You're gonna get shot.
Oh, wow.
By the guns in the song.
Oh. 0 o'clock.
You won't know, but Jin's high notes were super good, and it also fits into that pop style of music.
Nice. I think it's kind of like a light and fluffy song that's like towards the end of the album. And it has a nice beat though with it. So it's not just too light and airy. And I like their voices with it.
Yeah.
Inner Child.
It's overall my least favorite out of the vocal solos. I think it's still good.
Whose is this?
Taehyung or V. Usually when he makes his solo music now, he does more of like an R&B type, like slow music, which I think fits his voice more than this super upbeat pop song.
I don't think it's boring, but there's like nothing to this song that like interests me.
Yeah. I try not to hate their solos, because their solos are supposed to be like these personal songs they wrote, but I just don't like this one as much.
Understandable.
Friends.
I feel like I would vibe with this song at a concert. Like, I feel like it'd go pretty hard.
It's good. I like it. I like the meaning, and I like the background vocals, because they feature like a another group of artists towards the end.
Okay. That
kind of adds on to that like echoing thing going on.
Yeah, when I was listening to it, I was picturing what are they, the things that they like, oh my god, are they light
the
things?
Light sticks.
What are they called?
The army bombs.
Army bombs. Yeah, I was just imagining that like at a concert, but I feel like it could go, I don't know, you know. Moon.
This is Jin's solo song. I think it's another super strong one. I don't know if I like it more than Filter, but it is really good.
I think the second verse is nice in this song. Again, I think just overall with these albums that we were listening to, like the second verse just like carried so hard.
It does.
Respect.
I think this is another good duo song, and I think Yoongi and Namjoon's rapper styles really fit into this. I wish they added in Hoseok again, but I think it was good the way it was.
I think the beginning, you could relate to like the 90s hip hop vibes.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And I mean, just like overall, I don't really like this song. So
That's fair.
you were telling me not to hate on this song earlier, so I don't know.
I'm telling you to respect it, Haley.
Respect. Okay.
We are Bulletproof the Eternal.
I just think it has like an interesting change in pace. I mean, throughout it, but that's all I had to really say.
Yeah, it's a good song, but I feel like you really have to be in the mood for that type of style, because it
That's
doesn't
so
really
true.
match the rest of the album.
That's so true.
Outro Ego. They started it off with the Big Hit exclusive, which is what they would do like a billion years ago. So I thought that was fun, and I think this is another one that gives me like an Afro beat thing, like how Jungkook's song did. But I like the ending with J-Hope solo.
I think that the intro is kind of weird, but it's like also the same as like Weird Bullet, or it was Respect. Yeah, it's kind of the same as Respect.
Well, like I said, this is something that they used to do with their older songs, so it was kind of just bringing that vibe back.
Yeah. And like I can respect that nod to the era. Like that's what I was like thinking. It just kind of it fits that era, and it's like respectable. The attempt, at least, is.
Yep. And then On by Sia, which we already talked about not liking or ever wanting to listen to.
Terrible.
So
I will not touch it.
that was BTS.
That was BTS with Map of the Soul 7.
Yes.
Yes.
Next week, we're going to be back with...
No, not next week.
Oh, you're right. Not next week.
When this is posted, it'll be the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and we cannot get into the podcast studio on that Wednesday because my school will be closed for Thanksgiving break, and we don't have enough equipment at home to do a podcast. So we're taking a break for a week, but then we'll be back the week after.
So our next podcast albums, though, are Bozzy's.
Oh, no, I have them written down.
You have them written down?
Yes.
I'm too
so, they're going to be Rockstar by Dolly Parton, which comes out on the 17th. The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. And Cosmic by Bozzy. Which I have been listening to for, like, the past 2 months straight, so, you know.
And I just listen to My Chemical Romance all the time, so.
Yeah, and, you know, I feel like Dolly Parton's just going to be interesting.
Dolly Parton's awesome.
Yeah, love her. She's awesome. Great. Yeah, so also next month we're going to get into what we were talking about earlier, how we were going to do the singles episode, and then for our next guest,
hopefully we have Joseph Richardson.
Hopefully. Has he answered you yet?
I haven't asked him yet because I kind of forgot. But
you have to ask him.
Hopefully he'll be on, or we'll have Kieran Finney. Hopefully somebody.
We'll find someone, but you know.
So expect that at some point.
So exciting! I know. Great.
Oh.
Well,
anyways,
this has been our podcast.
Jams and Soundbites.
We never know how to end this thing. But anyway, yeah, Jams and Soundbites.
So, thank you for listening.